In continuation with the previous video, let us continue some more numericals in case of laws of multiple proportions. Multiple proportions. When you consider this law of multiple proportions, as if you remember, when we have two elements combined to form two or more compounds, let us take the example of this nitrogen and oxygen forming nitrous oxide, nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide. When you consider this nitrogen combining with oxygen to form more compounds, then if you take the ratio of the masses of one element combining with the fixed mass of the other element. Let us take here 28 grams of nitrogen will combine with 16 grams of oxygen. In this case it is 14 grams combining with 16 grams. In this case it is 14 grams combining with 32 grams. If you fix the mass of nitrogen, then it is 14 to 8, 14 to 16 and 14 to 32. So if you combine, if you take the ratio of the masses of the oxygen combining with fixed mass of the nitrogen 14 grams, then the ratio of the masses of the oxygen are 8 is to 16 is to 32, or we can say 1 is to 2 is to 4. So the ratio of the masses of the oxygen combining with the fixed mass of the nitrogen bear a simple ratio. Now let us take one more example. Suppose you take this sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. When you take this mass of sulfur, it is 32, oxygen 32. In this case it is 32 is to 48. Again, if you take the ratio of the masses of the oxygen combining with the fixed mass 32 grams of sulfur, then it is 32 is to 48. It is 2 is to 3. 16 to 32, 16, 3, 48. So that is about the law of multiple proportions. Some more examples. Now let us consider the next law, Gay-Lussac's law of combining volumes. Gay-Lussac's law of combining volumes. Gay-Lussac's law of combining volumes. When you consider these combining volumes, we know that volume of a solid or a liquid is negligible as compared to the volume occupied by the gaseous substances. That's why when we consider this Gay-Lussac's law, it is Gay-Lussac's law of combining volumes. So here we have one condition, that is at constant temperature and pressure. Let us consider the statement first. At constant temperature and pressure, constant temperature, pressure and temperature, it is when you measure the volumes of various gaseous substances at constant pressure and temperature, then the volumes of combining gases bear a simple ratio. So this we can extend. If the product is also gaseous, its volume also is in a simple ratio. Now let us take the examples. Suppose you take this hydrogen plus chlorine giving rise to HCl, 2HCl. Since hydrogen is gas, chlorine is gas and HCl is a gas. At same temperature and pressure, if you measure the volumes of hydrogen, chlorine and hydrogen chloride, if you take one volume of hydrogen, it will combine with one volume of chlorine to produce 2 volumes of HCl. Here volume may be measured in any unit. Suppose I take 1 cm cube, then it combines with 1 cm cube of chlorine to give rise to 2 cm cube of HCl. Similarly, if I take 1 liter, it will give rise to 2 liters. If I take 1 meter cube, 2 meter cube. So, under similar conditions of temperature and pressure, the volumes of combining gases bear a simple ratio. Let me take one more example. Nitrogen plus hydrogen giving rise to ammonia. If you balance this reaction, it is N2 plus 3H2 giving rise to 2NH3. We know that all these three substances are gaseous. The volumes of nitrogen, hydrogen and ammonia are in the ratio 1:3:2. If you take 1 liter of nitrogen, always combines with 3 liters of hydrogen to give rise to 2 liters of ammonia. If you consider an additional information regarding this one, suppose I take 10 liters of nitrogen and I take 40 liters of hydrogen, then if you are asked to write what is the volume of ammonia produced and volume of gaseous substances present in the vessel, then according to this reaction N2 plus 3H2 giving rise to 2NH3. This will take, you take 10 liters and this will combine with 30 liters to give rise to 20 liters. But initially we have taken 40 liters. This is 10 liters. Out of 10 liters react, therefore this will be 0 liters remaining. Out of 40 liters, it is 30 liters reacting, therefore it is remaining 10 liters. The volume of ammonia produced will be 20 liters. So if you are asked to calculate volume of ammonia only, it is 20 liters. Or volume of gaseous substances present in the vessel, it is 20 plus 10, 30 liters. Okay. So unreacted hydrogen 10 liters, reacted nitrogen 10 liters, reacted hydrogen 30 liters, ammonia produced will be 20 liters. Now let us take the next law. It is Avogadro's hypothesis. Avogadro's hypothesis. It is earlier named as the hypothesis, but later it is proved that it is the law. Avogadro's hypothesis. To understand this Avogadro's hypothesis, first we have to consider the gaseous substances. If you measure the volumes and if you take equal volumes of different gases, if you take equal volumes of different gases and you measure the volumes at constant temperature and pressure or at same temperature and pressure, same T and P, equal volumes of different gases at same temperature and pressure contain equal number of molecules. Equal number of molecules. Assume that I am taking 10 liters of hydrogen. At same temperature, if you take 10 liters of nitrogen, 10 liters of oxygen, or any such gas whose volume is same. Assume that the number of moles present in this one, number of molecules present in this one is N. Then it is observed that according to this Avogadro's hypothesis, this 10 liters of nitrogen will contain N, oxygen will also contain N, and any other gas will also contain N number of molecules. Okay, so at constant or same temperature and pressure, equal volumes of different gases contain equal number of molecules. Now if you consider the temperature and pressure as standard temperature and pressure, standard temperature corresponds to 273 Kelvin, exactly 273.15. For all practical purposes we take 273, and if you take pressure is equal to 1 atmosphere, and if I take 22.4 liters of a gas, any gas you can take. If you take 22.4 liters of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen or any gas, then it will contain 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Okay, 22.4 liters of any gas at STP, standard temperature and pressure, will contain 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. This number is named as Avogadro number, which is indicated as Na. Avogadro number Na corresponds to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. It is just like 1 dozen of any material like banana, notebooks or any such material. Always they are indicated 12 numbers. So in chemistry, we use this Avogadro number as a unit of the number of molecules, which is actually containing 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Okay, this number corresponds to the amount of the substance as 1 mole. So any such material, if it is a gaseous material, it is 22.4 liters, which contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules, which is named as 1 mole. So for any such material, we can apply this concept of mole. 1 mole always indicates the Avogadro number of particles. Suppose I say Avogadro number of particles. This particle may be applicable to any type of material, maybe for atoms, for molecules, etc. Okay, so that is the concept called as the Avogadro's hypothesis. Equal volumes of different gases at same temperature and pressure contain equal number of molecules. Based on that one, we can calculate how many molecules of substances react and what will be the amount of substance that is formed, etc. So for all such calculations, we will consider in the next video. So it is continuation of the Avogadro's hypothesis, mole concept, and based on the mole concept, we will consider atomic weight, molecular weight, etc.